All right, page 2 is dividing. If you'll notice, dividing, we are not looking for domain, just the simplified versions of everything, and we've given you a little bit more room to work here. So what we're going to do first is we are going to do the basic step of keep, change, flip. We keep the first thing, x squared plus 8x plus 15 divided by x squared minus 2x minus 35. Change the sign to multiply, and then flip the second fraction. Okay. Once we do that, it's a pretty simple process of just factoring these. Now, I've given you notes on how to factor. I'm not going to go over how to factor these. These are pretty basic, so I'm going to do these just from my tiny little brain. So we're going to go ahead and get everything all factored up. Multiplies 15, adds up to 8, x plus 3, x plus 5. Multiplies to negative 35, adds up to negative 2, x minus 7, x plus 5. Multiplies to negative 70, adds up to 3. That one's a little trickier. What's that going to be? Let's see. It's going to be, let's see. I'm going to go with this one. Let's see. 70, we're looking for 3. It's going to be 10 and negative 7. Should have been easier. X plus 10, x minus 7. And then here, what multiplies to negative 24 adds up to negative 5. That's going to be x minus 8, x plus 3. Then we just need to go through and cancel each of things we can. So these x plus 5s are gone. These x plus 3s are gone. X minus 7s are gone, which just leaves this. X plus 10 over x minus 8. Okay. Next one's obviously going to take more space, which is why we gave you a ton more space. So let's go ahead and do the thing. We're going to keep. We're going to change, and then we are going to flip. 10x squared minus 23x minus 5. So one thing I want to do here, I want you to pay attention to first, is that this little guy right down here has a GCF. So I'm going to put that down below just in a different color, and then we'll factor it after that, but I don't want to rewrite the whole thing all over again just yet. So there's a common factor of 3 here. Minus 14. So what we would need to do is factor what's inside of there, which is an easier bet. So let's go ahead and start factoring over here with the top. 6, negative 3, negative 30. Actually, that factors out also, doesn't it? Look at me not paying attention. This is going to factor out and give us 3 times 2x squared minus x minus 10. So let's try that again. 2x squared minus x minus 10. This will be 2, negative 1, negative 10, which means I'm looking for, let's see, negative 2 times negative 10 is negative 20, and negative 1, that's going to be negative 5 and positive 4. Going to divide those each by 2, and this will go down to 2 over 1, which gives me 2x minus 5 and x plus 2. So we'll put that down here below. It'll just make it easier, I think. So 2x minus 5 times x plus 2. And we'll go on to the next one. At the bottom here, we just needed x squared minus 5x minus 14 with a 3 on the outside. Almost forgot that 3. And again, since we learned how to factor earlier, I'm going to do the same thing I did up here with this one. Since a is 1, I need numbers that multiply to negative 14 and add up to negative 5. That's going to be x minus 7 and x plus 2. So we'll move on to the next one. Any common factors here? Well, indeed there are. We can factor out a 2. And look at that. It's the exact same factors as this one. So I'm going to go ahead and take that 2 and say x minus 7 times x plus 2. What a coincidence. Okay. You could actually factor out or cancel out this entire thing if you wanted to. That wouldn't help us if we needed the wholes and asymptotes. But for this question, since we're just canceling things out, it would totally work. Now, the last one here does not have any common factors. It is 10x squared minus 23x minus 5. That's 10, negative 23, and negative 5. So we need numbers that multiply into negative 50 and add up to negative 23. It's going to be negative 25 and 2. We're going to divide by 10, and they both reduce. One reduces, negative 25 over 10 reduces to negative 5 over 2, and then 2 over 10 reduces to 1 over 5, which gives me 2x minus 5 and 5x plus 1. Okay, so we've got that whole thing factored out. Now all we need to do is cancel stuff out. I say all. What we need to do is cancel stuff out. So we're going to look. X plus 2, x plus 2. 2x minus 5, 2x minus 5. Let's see, x minus 7, x minus 7. And this 3 and that 3. Which leaves us only with these two things right here. X plus 2 over 5x plus 1. And we are finished. Not an easy test or quiz, but I think you can do it. All right, good luck.